Hello guys, welcome to the third video of the fourth week. This is going to be quite short, it's just an explanation of the assignment number 2. Um, as I mentioned before, we are finished um, with the Renaissance period, and taking into account that the assignment number 1 is a little bit tough. We're going to have a really short and let's say a simple assignment number 2. So guys, I am going to use the list in order to assign you a period of the 3 that we have studied so far. Anglo-Saxon, Middle English, or Renaissance, right? So I'm going to write your name, and in front of the name I am going to write one of these periods, okay? What you have to do is to write a short story that is going to have the same length of the previous one that you had to write, 5 lines, no more than 5 lines. I know that some of you wrote longer stories, and I personally wrote some comments about them. Many of them were quite good, but we're going to try to keep it short, right? For all of the reasons that I have already mentioned, we're going to try to keep it into those 5 lines. Well, if you have to write an additional 1, 7 maximum, okay? But you're going to do it in that way. Now, you are going to write that story in the style, with the themes, with the ideas of the period that corresponded to you. Yes? So if you have Anglo-Saxon, well, with the themes and ideas and, let's say, somehow a little bit of the language of the Anglo-Saxon. Of course, I'm not expecting you that you write in all English, just using some of the words that you already know about that, or some adaptations. Same for Middle English, same for Renaissance, okay? So basically, that's it. You're going to write those, and the story is going to have 2 rules. Well, 3, let's say. The first one is that it must be written in first person narrator, okay? You're supposed to be writing this in first person. That will be the first rule. The second one is that it is going to be a story about defeat, okay? Defeat. What is defeat? Is the opposite of victory, right? So the story is about defeat. Any circumstance that you are going to imagine: defeat in war, defeat in a romantic relationship, defeat in studying something, or starting an academic project and failing. I don't know. Also, it depends on the period, no? Because that is going to somehow limit some of the ideas that you are going to have, right? So that's it. Remember, it is a story that should be about defeat, the opposite of victory. And the rule number 3 is that you're not allowed, to use the word defeat in the story. It's impossible, not possible to use that word, right? So in order to reflect the idea of defeat, you will have to either describe certain things, or use synonyms, or some other things, right? But you cannot use the word defeat. You have to reflect this idea into a different way. Now, finally, the idea is that you are going to be working in groups of maximum 3 people. Remember, for the first assignment, 5 people, because it's something that may be tough and difficult. And for the second, maximum 3 people, right? That is what you're going to do. I mean, I'm giving you all the guarantees so you can advance enoughly, and with enough availability, work collectively, so it's a little bit more effective. So please, hopefully you're able to complete this and to do it in an effective way. And I mean, the fact that the assignment number 1 is a little bit difficult, will not complicate that much delivering your assignments on time. Based on this, that we didn't cover an additional period this week, and based on the fact that you had a lot of collective work, so I think that that is more than enough time in order to complete this. Okay, so that's it. Next assignment, I would like to, or next week, I mean the next one that we're going to cover. We are going to be doing some correcting of the song of the Beatles that we studied in last week. Because based on that activity, you are going to create another one that is similar. Okay, so take that into account and start thinking about a song that you would like to describe, explain, or something like that, and hopefully it will be okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, sorry, I should have said that before this, but anyways, I mentioned that you are going to work in groups of 3 people. What if the 3 people that are going to work have different periods, right? Like one has Renaissance, the other has Anglo-Saxon, and the other one has Middle English. Well, you decide, just pick one. Please make sure to put it clearly on top of the assignment. The period, Anglo-Saxon or Middle English or whatever, so I can know exactly what is the one that you defined. Finally, the one that you chose, and of course the one that I'm going to evaluate. Okay, so remember that. Also remember that when you're going to check these collective assignments, I normally grade one person and write all the comments into the assignment of that person, and for the rest of the people I just write the grade. Okay, so please be sure that when you're working in groups, you are able to share the comments that I have, because some of them are important and maybe beneficial for you. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Have fun with the homework of this week, and see you on the next one. Bye bye, hugs.